What's the origins of your thoughts? Why do they enter your mind? Or have those thoughts always been there? Or where do they originate? Is there some kind of universal thoughts that are shared amongst all living things on the planet? Because we're all interconnected to everything. We're interconnected to radio frequencies, to electromagnetism, to the whole thing. So we're all hardwired into this universe. So are all our thoughts shared amongst all the inhabitants in the universe, wherever they may be found? Because of quantum physics and entanglement. Some of our thoughts are kind of strange. It can't be all from previous experiences. It can't be just all random, sporadic random thoughts that really have no connection to your experiences or your will or your emotions or intellect. Are they just random from here and there, and they just come in because we're part of this big electrical current and all its circuits? The wiring in our head is probably connected to the wiring in the whole universe. Maybe we have a kind of global universal consciousness where all our consciousnesses are connected. So we share each other's thoughts. Some entities' thoughts are not so pleasant. So what would psychology have us do? Meditate on those thoughts that are not desirable, analyze them so that they're fortified and remain with us and are more deeply embedded. Is that what psychologists and psychiatry would say? To make matters worse in a person's way of thinking, or to shun it, pass it up, pass it on, leave it, rebuke it, put it down, don't dwell on it, move on to something else. Well, that's what the Holy Bible says. The Bible says to forsake it, do away with it. Rebuke the devil, rebuke Satan, rebuke the fallen angels, rebuke evil, no matter where it's found. If it's in your own head, if it's in your environment, if it's wherever the source is, you're supposed to shun it, rebuke it, forsake it, all evil, and but turn to the good, follow the good, think good, do good. That's the religious, spiritual, biblical way of handling it. But humanistic ideas might approach it differently. They want you to pay exorbitant fees to see a shrink, to see a psychologist, and then try to work it out, and you get to think about it more and go more in depth about it. Then it's more solidified in your mind. And it's worse than what it was if you had just forsaken it and moved on to something else. To rebuke it, the Bible says. Rebuke those thoughts, rebuke those feelings. If they don't line up with God's intended purpose and will for your life, it's to be rejected, not dwelt on and analyzed and gone over for the reasons why. All this stuff is designed to entrap man, to hold him in bondage, and trap him, and trip him up. And they do that. It's big money. It's a lucrative business to get people to focus on the negative. Watch the TV. Watch movies. Most of it's all negative.